Daddy Dave's garage holds a shocking secret, a heartbreaking discovery that leaves fans of Street Outlaws speechless. What's hiding in the shadows of his garage? Watch to uncover the truth. Daddy Dave's garage. When people talk about the toughest drivers on Street Outlaws, Daddy Dave's name is always at the top of the list. He's a guy who built his reputation on strength, precision, and the kind of fearlessness that makes a racer legendary. But what was found in his garage recently has fans shaken not because of something new, but because of something left behind. Something that carries the weight of everything he fought through. Placed away in the corner of his shop, under a thin layer of dust and old shop lights, sat the twisted remains of a car that every Street Outlaws fan knows by name, Goliath. Not the reborn version, not the one that roared back to life later. This was the Goliath, the wrecked chassis from the crash in 2015 that almost ended more than just a racing career. Seeing it again is shocking. The metal is bent in ways that make you wonder how anyone walked away. The frame is scarred, cracked, and folded in on itself, an ugly reminder of the night things went horribly wrong. If cars carry memories, this one carries trauma. To outsiders, it might just look like a totaled race car, but to fans, and especially to Dave, it represents one of the darkest moments of his life. In that crash, he suffered a serious concussion and a bruised lung, injuries that easily could have been worse. Watching the footage from that night still puts a shock in people's minds. The troubled impact, the fire, the silence that followed before the crew rushed in. It was the kind of moment that made even the strongest racers stop and rethink everything. And now, there it sits, quiet, broken, untouched. What makes this discovery so heartbreaking is that Goliath wasn't just a machine. It was the car that helped shape Daddy Dave's identity in the racing world. It was the car fans rallied behind, the one they watched rise and dominate, the one that symbolized the raw, fearless spirit of street racing. Seeing it reduced to a wrecked skeleton hits harder than you expect. But there's another layer to it: resilience. Because while the chassis stayed in the corner of the garage, Dave didn't. He rebuilt. He pushed through the pain, the doubt, the long recovery, and came back with a new Goliath, stronger, faster, and smarter. Still, finding that wreck today feels like discovering a chapter that was never fully closed. A reminder of just how much he risked, how much he lost, and how much he fought to return. And that's why this moment is so heavy. It's not just metal, it's history, it's survival. It's the part of the story that still hurts to look at, but proves exactly why Daddy Dave is who he is. This brings us to the details that led up to Goliath lying in Dave's background. The terrible incident. Once the green light signaled the start, the cars shot down the track. Almost immediately, Daddy Dave's vehicle moved sharply to the right, then twisted to the left before smashing into a concrete barrier. The impact caused an explosion, and his truck rolled onto its side repeatedly, flipping several times while Dave remained inside. Witnesses at Amarillo Dragway rushed to help as the car finally came to a stop. Fortunately, Dave survived the incident, but he did not escape without injuries. He suffered a concussion, bruised lungs, and serious shoulder damage. Following the crash, his wife, Cassie, posted an update on Facebook. She explained that doctors were running scans and x-rays and that she was waiting for the results. Her post expressed gratitude toward fans for their concern while also sharing more details about Dave's condition. She revealed that he was in considerable pain, experiencing confusion, and had temporary memory loss. At the time, he could speak but couldn't remember what had just happened or even recognize his surroundings. Thankfully, after treatment and rest, he eventually made a full recovery. Years later, in June 2021, Daddy Dave faced another racing incident during a Street Outlaws, No Prep Kings episode, this time competing against Fast Bobby. In this instance, Dave crossed the finish line, losing narrowly to Bobby. Yet, he again lost control of his truck, which moved to the right and hit the barricade. As before, crew members quickly ran to check on him. Dave managed to give a thumbs up from inside the vehicle, showing that he had escaped without serious harm. He later described the incident on his YouTube channel, giving fans a first-hand explanation. Dave said the crash happened after a difficult weekend on the track. He explained that his car slipped sideways, and despite his efforts, he could not regain control before hitting the wall. Dave also spoke about the repair process for Goliath, the truck involved. He noted that restoring the vehicle would take several weeks because his chassis specialist had a full schedule. The update highlighted the dedication and effort required to keep a race truck in top condition after such high-impact incidents. These crashes underscore both the danger of drag racing and Daddy Dave's resilience. They also give context to Goliath's presence in his racing life, showing how close calls, hard work, and recovery have shaped his career. Fans witnessed not only the physical challenges, but also the emotional and financial toll of these crashes and the determination needed to get back behind the wheel. Financial setbacks and lost income. Another heartbreaking part of what was found in Daddy Dave's garage ties directly to the financial strain he faced after the crash. While fans often remember the dramatic footage and the injuries he suffered, the long-term money problems that came afterward are just as significant and far less talked about. For racers like Daddy Dave, a serious crash doesn't end when the car stops moving. The bills start almost immediately. Medical expenses from the concussion and bruised lung added up fast, and even with support from sponsors and fans, a lot of the responsibility fell on him. These injuries also meant he had to step away from racing for a period of time, which meant losing income from appearances, races, and filming opportunities. In the world of no-prep kings and street racing, missing even a few events can put someone far behind financially. Then there's the cost of the car itself. Goliath wasn't just any race car, it was his main tool for competing. When it was destroyed, so was his primary source of earning potential. Rebuilding or replacing a competitive car isn't cheap. Engines, parts, safety equipment, and labor all come with high price tags. And unlike some professional motorsports, many Street Outlaws drivers fund large parts of their builds themselves. For Daddy Dave, that meant dipping into savings, leaning on sponsors where possible, and making sacrifices to get back on the road. The discovery in the garage, whether it's old invoices, leftover parts, or the wrecked chassis itself, serves as a reminder of how much that crash cost him beyond the physical damage. It wasn't just about fixing a car. It was about rebuilding his entire racing operation from the ground up, while balancing the financial pressure of the medical recovery and lost income. The crash forced Dave to rethink budgets, timelines, and priorities. It slowed down progress on other projects and put additional stress on both his personal life and professional reputation. What makes this so heartbreaking is that all of these financial setbacks came at a time when he was already dealing with the physical and emotional shock of the incident. Most people would have walked away. Instead, he pushed through the financial hit, the uncertainty, and the long rebuild process. So, when fans look at what was found in his garage, it's not just a reminder of a wreck, it's a reminder of everything he had to invest, lose, and rebuild just to get back to racing again. The stress of the comeback. Another heartbreaking part connected to the garage discovery is the pressure Daddy Dave faced during his return to racing. After the crash, the garage wasn't just a place to store tools or park cars. It became the center of his entire comeback effort. It was where he had to rebuild both his career and his confidence, all while still recovering physically and mentally from what had happened. For any racer, rebuilding a car is stressful, but for Dave, it went far beyond choosing parts and tightening bolts. He was working to regain his spot on the 405 list, a place he had earned with years of consistency and skill. Losing time after the crash meant he had to start from behind, and the pressure to catch up was intense. The physical recovery alone created challenges. Even though he eventually looked fine on television, the effects of the concussion and the bruised lung did not disappear instantly. Getting back into a race car after a serious crash takes more than physical strength. It requires rebuilding trust in your own body and in the machine beneath you. That garage became the space where he had to push through those doubts, slowly regaining the certainty he once had. Then there was the mental side. Street racing and no-prep competition demand complete focus. One small mistake can lead to another disaster. Knowing that, and knowing what he had already survived, added even more pressure. The garage was a constant reminder of both the setback and the challenge ahead. It was the place where he had to confront fear, frustration, and the pressure of proving himself all over again. Rejoining the 405 list was not something handed to him. The racers on that list never stop improving, and missing time meant falling behind their progress. When Dave finally got close to returning, he wasn't just preparing to race against others. He was racing against time, against doubt, and against the possibility of not being the same competitor he once was. Every tune, every adjustment, and every decision made inside that garage mattered more than ever. The stress of the comeback was real, and every moment in that garage shows just how much he had to overcome to reclaim his place in the racing world. But fortunately, beyond the track, Daddy Dave has built a career that goes far beyond the roar of engines and the smell of burning rubber. While many fans know him primarily for his daring runs on Street Outlaws, his life outside the racing lanes is equally compelling. He owns a custom shop where he works on cars, designing and modifying them to his exact specifications. This passion for building and tuning vehicles complements his racing career perfectly. Each car that leaves his shop carries the same intensity and precision that he brings to the drag strip, reflecting a dedication that is rare even among seasoned racers. Financially, Daddy Dave's efforts have paid off. His net worth, estimated at $2 million, reflects a combination of his success as a driver, television personality, and entrepreneur. The money is not just a measure of wealth, but also a testament to his hard work, resilience, and ability to turn passion into livelihood. Unlike some racers who focus purely on the thrill, Daddy Dave has always understood the importance of diversifying his work, making a name for himself both on screen and off. His personal life, while more private than his public persona, is an important part of who he is. Married to Cassie since 2013, he is a father to 2 daughters. While he keeps much of his family life out of the spotlight, his nickname, Daddy, reportedly comes from having children with multiple women, though the details remain unconfirmed. What is certain is that he cares deeply about his family, balancing the intensity of his racing career with the responsibilities of fatherhood. He has shown that while the track is where he makes his living and builds his reputation, home and family remain central to his life. Despite the challenges, his focus remains firmly on racing. He continues to compete in high-profile events and films for Street Outlaws, including its No Prep King series. These competitions demand not only skill and speed, but also strategic thinking, precision, and endurance. What sets him apart is not just his skill behind the wheel, but his ability to confront danger head-on and keep moving forward. His near-fatal crashes in 2015 and 2021 could have ended his career. Instead, they became defining chapters in a story of resilience. Each time he faced a major setback, he rebuilt not just his vehicles, but his confidence, his knowledge, and his determination to keep competing. His return to the top of Oklahoma's racing scene demonstrates a remarkable blend of talent and perseverance. The dangers of street racing are real, and they are underscored by tragedies such as the passing of fellow Street Outlaws racer Ryan Fellows in 2022. Yet Daddy Dave's story proves that with focus, preparation, and the willingness to learn from mistakes, it is possible to survive and even thrive. His career has become a model of endurance for aspiring racers and a source of inspiration for fans who admire his commitment to the sport. Fans continue to follow his journey closely, both through Street Outlaws and his YouTube channel. On his channel, he offers behind-the-scenes insights, showing the effort that goes into preparing his vehicles and the thought process behind each race. Viewers see him not only as a racer, but as a builder, an innovator, and someone who treats every setback as a lesson. He has created a connection with his audience by sharing the reality of life in high-speed motorsports, the risks, the repairs, and the small victories that accumulate over time. For those who wonder what happened to Daddy Dave after his most notorious crashes, the answer is clear. He kept going. He did not let injuries, crashes, or setbacks define his career. Instead, he adapted, learned, and returned with even more knowledge and focus. His legacy is built on the combination of experience, skill, and an unshakable drive to compete at the highest level. Ultimately, the story of Daddy Dave is about more than crashes, wins, or television appearances. It is about resilience, adaptability, and a relentless passion for what he loves. It is about taking every challenge in stride and never allowing obstacles to define the limits of what is possible. In a world where speed, skill, and danger intersect, Daddy Dave has proven that the true measure of a racer is not how fast he drives, but how he responds when life throws him off course. His life, both on and off the track, stands as a testament to determination, courage, and the pursuit of excellence. Daddy Dave fell, he rebuilt, he won, and he continues to race. He continues to inspire. He continues to push limits. And as long as the asphalt calls, he will answer, ready to write the next chapter in a story that is far from over. His journey is a reminder that the path to greatness is never smooth, but for those who persist, the rewards both on the track and in life can be extraordinary. One question fans often ask is whether the crashes changed Daddy Dave's approach to racing. From the outside, the answer is clear. They did. Over the years, safety and careful setup have moved to the front of his priorities. His latest build, the Audi S5, is a prime example. It leans heavily into modern EFI systems, detailed data tracking, and advanced suspension hardware. Every part of the car is tuned to respond to shifting track temperatures and changing grip conditions. Even the shocks are carefully chosen, four-way adjustable MOD series pieces that can handle both sudden hits and subtle bumps in the track. That kind of attention doesn't come from someone who's never faced a challenge. It comes from a racer who has experienced the worst and learned how to come back stronger. If you look past the headlines and highlight reels, the story is simple. Seeing that in 2015, Daddy Dave's beloved car was lost to a serious crash. He got hurt, yes, but he rebuilt and returned. In 2021, he faced another major setback, then rebuilt again, this time leveling up to a vehicle built to compete with the rising competition in No Prep Kings. By 2023, that work paid off, and he stood in the winner's circle at an invitational. And as of mid-2025, he's already teasing what comes next. What this shows is a pattern. Daddy Dave takes hits that would sideline most racers, yet he always comes back. He learns from each setback, adjusts, and improves. People aren't just watching a car, they're watching someone who has faced real adversity and refused to let it stop him. Every run carries a little more weight because the audience knows what he's overcome to get there. The Audi S5, carefully tuned and ready for brutal no-prep conditions, shows how he has evolved. Every element of the car reflects lessons learned over years of trial, error, and perseverance. That evolution isn't just about machines. It's about mindset. It's about taking lessons from the past and applying them in real time. The truth is simple. What happened to Daddy Dave is exactly what has always happened. He hits the wall and then comes back smarter, stronger, and more determined than ever. He doesn't shy away from the next challenge. Till date, Daddy Dave is still racing, still building, and still pushing limits. The crashes are part of the history, not the conclusion. The wins, the cars, the carefully tuned builds, and the excitement he brings to every race are proof that he kept moving forward. Whatever the track throws at him, he responds the way he always has, by showing up, learning, improving, and never stopping. That is the story of Daddy Dave and his garage. He fell, he rebuilt, he won, and he continues to race, always in motion, always in the battle, and always in the spotlight.